The third temple. There's a lot of talk about that lately, stirring up a lot of stuff. I just like to share my feelings. The third temple, just things I've come to realize. For me, the third temple is all of us. It's men and women. It is the individual man and woman. The living man, the living woman. It's metaphysical, not physical. Though it's being turned into a very real physical means of division and the continuation of a story that's being played out by costume characters in the real world. To me, two temples. In between the temples is the mind. The third temple is us. The third temple is us to build inside in the heart. The temple of Solomon, the temple of soul of man. The heart. The temple in the heart is what the mind keeps one trapped out of when the mind, the temple, between the temples and the mind, the king-queen chamber, the pineal. If the logic is trained wrong and the creativity is put to sleep by the spells of the programming, the movies, the TV, the indoctrination of the education system, from a child to believe in hierarchical structures of thought in everything they think of and everything they see and perceive, always looking for authority figure in the physical world because of those trained hierarchical structures of thought, which there's a different one for every single system out there, but they're all the same hierarchical structures of thought, of belief. The belief created by other man or woman. The heart, the temple in the heart, knows what the mind can't know. The temple in the heart knows that here in physicality, in a body, having a soul, finding that soul of man, that temple of Solomon, in that one can find that there is a creator, I would say, because I would say I have found through my soul, coming to know that I had a soul, or it coming to full awakening, fruition, recognition, unification, however one might want to put it for themselves. For me, when I came to know that very real thing led me to know that there was a creator. Though I don't know the creator, that's why I don't claim to try and put name to the creator, because I know it's not my place and I know I can't do that. But I know there is indeed a creator and that we are all created here in this creation. Maybe only to find that recognition, that simple recognition, that brings along the knowing, the feeling in that temple of the heart of morality, of true goodness, of true care and protection for life. Though the way we're taught, the way a lot of us were taught and brought up and indoctrinated to think, trapped between the pillars of our two temples and the false logic and creativity that was drummed into us on so many different things that cause us to perceive realities that were never there, while at the same time we are all sharing this very real reality all at the same time, though some folk can't recognize that right now because they're so trapped in mind traps, that they can't get the physicality of heart to tie them down. They're stuck in spirit or in Godhead mode, or in half asleep, hypnotized, false logic, no creativity, robotic automaton mode. Either way, the soul in the heart, the soul of man, the temple of Solomon, the soul of man has not been gone into and recognized fully in oneself. Because when that happens, one realizes that it's not about buildings. It's not about putting things up, these monuments and this and that for the coming of someone. Messiah or Antichrist is putting on a show. It's all to put on a show to cause division between others with other beliefs that were installed by others. None of it from a place of knowing. None of it from a place of knowing true morality and doing things that do not cause harm to others. Hierarchical structures of thought. They allow one to stay morally relativistic and to engage in these behaviors that are behaviors of division and cause division and slavery and enslavement. For example, I remember being taught as a child about this country and about how it was supposedly discovered, and then folks showed up and then folks slaughtered everyone and then kind of just took over. And then we built all this stuff in cool yay and taught that was excellent. You see how at a young age we were taught something that really happened, something very immoral. And that's just one example. It's happened over and over and over everywhere I've been able to look throughout the stories of his story. But we are taught that those very immoral things happen, and we're just taught we should just accept that, and that's okay because that's how things are. And that's how things work when they inject you with poisons and they teach you shit. These false authority figures that have been trained with the same hierarchical structures of thought, that they're just running off of the same beliefs they were taught because they don't know better either. Because they're always looking to higher authority to know more, or to look to an authority in another specialization outside their particular choice of focus for answers, instead of going into themselves to know the answers that they can know, to find the information they need to know for themselves, and then to truly distill it into wisdom with the heart and the soul. My wife and my son just got back, so I'm gonna go pull the truck in the garage. So I'll keep this short. Anyway, please consider that each of us are that temple. Each of us can indeed save this world by knowing morality, knowing natural law, knowing there is a creator, and stopping the lies that we were taught in their tracks in the mind and discarding them and knowing better. Because you can feel better and you can feel your way to the truth in the heart if you can detoxify your mind and your body from both the toxic information, the divisive programming, the satanic programming, the dark programming that's constantly being spewed out, the fear-based, trauma-based mind control programming, because belief is mind control, because belief is not knowing. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to share.